This is the final chapter on why they hate Spence. I mean, it's a given. You know, the man's greatness personified, and he's winning. He's gonna keep on winning. So the hate's gonna keep coming because it started with a blessing from Floyd. Then it came with great business attributes from Al Haymon. And Al Haymon and PBC always been hated. So that hate, it has to dissipate down to Earl Spence. But we're gonna get it in. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button for me, please. And I'm gonna start back going live in July so we can have group discussions and family discussions. So make sure you join so you don't miss out. It's your boy Upper Echelon. Enjoy the movie.
Inside the dressing rooms.
Would you care to comment on how you plan to fight?
Terrence Crawford.
What's your strategy?
Don't need any.
Terrence Crawford.
The boy is stupid. The man comes straight ahead. He's tailor-made for me, and he's gonna get hurt.
What's your prediction for the fight then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Pain.
Earl, you look spectacular out there. I don't think nobody can beat you right now, Earl. They always talk about your resume, saying that you ain't beat nobody or your competition ain't up. Now what they gonna say now that you done beat the hell out of Crawford? Now that you done stopped Crawford in his tracks.
You can do it, George. You beat the real champion.
Where's the stretcher? Somebody sent for us down.
What started out as a joke has turned out to be a disaster.
Creed appears to be in very serious condition.
The men alive.
If he dies, he dies.
Big Fish, man, down strap season, the biggest smoking on Bud tour. I'm out. You get Jaws out there. Now you think it's safe. No, Jaws ain't the epitome of greatness. There's something out there much bigger. Yes, you got it. And here comes Super Bud. Come through and snatch it up. All is well in the world, right? Or wrong. You forget the Megalodon. Bud might have caught Jaws in the ichthyosaur, but he ain't ready for the Megalodon. And that's the big Spence, the Megalodon. Matter of fact, he ain't even a Megalodon. Earl Spence is the biggest. How can you measure what ain't been measured before? Captain Ahab reaching out fishing. You gonna catch something that you ain't mean to catch right there, because you can't catch the uncatchable, the Leviathan. Earl, the true Spence, strap season, man down, smoking on Bud tour. You's a hater, Shawn. You's a hater.
Yeah.
And we haven't heard your response.
First of all, Fox contacted me for the job, and then once they started sending me all that shit, talking about I gotta, review fighters and look up fighters and everything like that, I told them I wasn't gonna do it. And secondly, what am I jealous of? He don't look better than me. He's not more well known than me. He been pro way longer than me, and I make more money than him and everything. So I ain't got nothing to be jealous of with Shawn Porter at all. But I mean, it don't really sound good. I can't even say it sounds good. It don't sound good at all saying I'm jealous of his existence. Like, I make way more money than him. I don't have people in my pocket like like his daddy is. So I mean, it is what it is.
And has this fight become sadly personal?
It ain't personal at all. Well, every fight personal, but I mean, I ain't got nothing bad to say about them or, his daddy, things like that. They can say what they want, saying I ain't signed a contract. I've been signed a contract. And I know the date. If he don't know the date, it's his fault.
What was the delay?
It was no delay.
No delay?
Nah.
Time to cook. Showtime, Shawn Porter. The reason why you hate Spence is because you enamored with Spence. Because you're jealous. You're jealous, Kenny, you're jealous. You're jealous, Kenny, you're jealous. Yes, Shawn Porter, you're jealous of Earl Spence. Ever since that day your father came home and told you he was training Earl Spence, a streak of jealousy had begun to start in your heart. Even when Earl Spence was going for the 2012 Olympics, coached by your father, he brought you in to spar 4 rounds with Earl Spence. And you didn't watch him as a professional and he was an amateur. But see, in your heart, you train twice as hard as Spence to have half the skills as Spence. And see, that's the problem, because Shawn Porter, you're mad because your talents is lacking. You're a good fighter, but no matter how hard you train, you don't have a half of the gifts that Earl Spence got. You got beat by Kell Brook, and Earl Spence had to go get your belt back like he's your big brother. But you was setting him like he was some little brother type stuff because you used to spar with him when he was younger and everything. Shawn Porter's extremely jealous. He's always trying to compare himself to Spence. He tried to do something better for Spence, but he did that because it was Kenny Porter's fault. Kenny Porter was thrilled to have a fighter such as Earl Spence's caliber under his wing. And he tried and he trained and he pushed him to the most. He was taking all types of tournaments with Shawn Porter there, sitting there soaking in the background. But Kenny Porter and Earl Spence was not meant to be forever because he moved on to the illustrious Derrick James. But Shawn Porter saw it was a way to get back in his father's good graces, but it didn't. His father was just stuck with you because you're all he had left. And Earl Spence is going on to bigger and better things. And Shawn Porter, as a professional fighter, knew that he was going to have to eventually fight Earl Spence. Then saying Earl Spence is jealous of him, no. Everything you got is because Earl giving it to you, Shawn. They offered him the show first. They offered him everything you got first. You're not even a first candidate. You're the other option. And you'll always be the other option. Even with your father, you're the other option. Because if he could pick who he would rather have as a son, you know it would be Earl the True Spence. And that's what hurts you. And that's what gets you so mad. Because you don't have the talent or the will or the strength and power or your father's love that Earl Spence has. That's why you're mad. You let Kell Brook come to America and take the strap. But don't worry, Earl went and got it back.
Yeah, I'm not saying Keith is Bernard, but you know, when we talk about some of the smarter boxers in the game, we should talk about Keith Thurman. Yeah. Of course, we all been waiting on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford for a while. I would love to pepper in Keith Thurman. I think that those fights would be exciting too.
But would you put him like in your top 3, top 4 opponents that you've been in the ring with?
I think he would be flirting with 3. In terms of in competition, he'd be flirting with 3.
Who's 1 and 2?
1 and 2 are Terrence Crawford and, believe it or not, Keith Thurman.
Oh wow!
I know a lot of people, you probably would expect me to say Errol Spence Jr.
Like ceiling power maybe, or no? Why Thurman so high?
People talk about the intelligence that Errol has. He's highly intelligent.
And athletic too.
I would be remiss if I didn't say Porterweight podcast. He came on and he broke down to me how he broke down the fight before we got in the ring. I'm like, damn, like, all right, I just got to this level of intelligence. You've been there for a minute. You know what I mean? Yeah.
First off, Mr. Porter, what is the deal with you and Keith Thurman? It's like he's your fucking idol or a superhero or everything. Like, oh, I want to put Thurman in this, Thurman is that. Oh, Thurman's so smart. And this is what I come to tell people, that all these people that think that they're Bud fans, they're not Bud fans. They're just Earl Spence haters. And a lot of them are Keith Thurman fans. And Showtime Shawn Porter, you are a Keith Thurman fan. Are you not watching the history leaves? Are you not looking at the tea leaves? Keith Thurman ran from this man right here, but you sitting here idolizing him. He beat you, but you sitting there idolizing him. And you're calling yourself a warrior. A warrior would never idolize an opponent, especially when they beat you like that. And you're going to sit there and say Earl is your 4th hardest opponent? You fought Keith Thurman. You fought Yadaitis Ugas, Terrence Crawford, and Keith and Earl Spence. Pardon my French, Earl Spence. Earl Spence beat you. Yadaitis Ugas, he beat you, but they gave you the win. But you're going to sit there and say that they're all over Earl Spence? That's what I call hating. And ever since you lost the fight to Earl Spence, you've been hating on the low. You always try to discredit everything that man does. Like, they say he can jab. Oh, he can't jab. He just throw it out there. They say he fight off the back foot. Nah, he be running. They say he slipped and he moved. No, he don't. He be getting tagged. Like, dude, hating is a feminine trait, and it don't look good on you, Showtime Shawn Porter. And you doing it a lot. You doing it a lot. But I can tell you this, you can say what you want to say, and you talk about how you were such a great fighter and everything, but you lost to Earl Spence. He dropped you, he beat you, and everybody thought the fight was close. It really wasn't, because you got beat about 9-3, if you go back and look, because he was dipping your shots and tagging you, hitting and bagging you, and then he beat you, period. Dropped you off in the 11th round. And people say you are a Hall of Famer, you might get in the back door, but you won't be a first or second ballot Hall of Famer. The only people you beat was daggone Adrian Broner. Look, every time you had a big fight and you beat your name's Ugas, it was a gift decision. But every time you had a big fight, you fell short. You lost to Keith Thurman. You beat Danny Garcia. Oh wow. But you lost to Earl Spence. You lost to Kell Brook. You lost to Terrence Crawford. So the 4 biggest fights you had, you lost. You came up short. So I guess that ballots you to get in the Hall of Fame or not? I don't know. It's not up to me. But I can say one thing, you are a warrior because you did fight the fights and everybody else was running scared. Even though you didn't want to fight the Earl Spence that Lamont Peterson fought. No, you wanted Earl Spence after he was out drinking and partying. But now the man with the shag is back. Shout out to Keon. But Earl Spence is ready. And you can keep on hating on him, but all your hating is doing is motivating him, pushing him straight to the bank. You hear me? And your dad still wish that Earl was his son, but it's all good because guess what? Every time a big fight pop up, you got to talk about Spence, and he makes up to one part of the biggest fight in history. Earl Spence is making history, Shawn Porter. Do you understand that? He has a holiday named after him. Yes, he has his own holiday. And the main thing that makes you mad is what he told you. You a man with no land. You ain't have no place that you can call your own. You don't sell out nothing. Earl Spence is embraced by Dallas. Hell, New York even wants him because he was born there. So this man is a global superstar already. And he's only getting bigger and bigger. Next, he might get a special day worldwide. But it won't be you. All you do is cover it. And you was a good guy, man. You was a warrior. Stop hating so much. Hating don't look good on you, man. Women hate. Men, we congratulate. Bradley, next. You're a hater. To Bradley, you're a hater.
And then you accomplish your goal, and then everybody take it all away from you. Like, it just feels like death. It honestly felt like death. And I felt like literally like taking my own life.
It was that bad.
It was that bad. You know, it was me against the world. It's my family, it's my wife, it's my kids against the world. Like, so many people turn their back on me. You know, they turn their back on my family. It's just that everybody, a lot of people are just followers, and they tend to just bully and pick, and you're on social media that no one can see you. No one can see you, so people say terrible things. I said I wanted to commit suicide. I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to fight anymore.
So you know what it's like to be hated on and for people to spread false narratives against you, right, Tim? But look at you now. You're doing the exact same thing that you claimed everybody did to you to make you feel the certain way that you did, that you almost wanted to kill yourself. But this man right here has went through a horrific car accident, an eye injury, and you still on this man's case. Like, you spreading a false narrative like this man don't want the work that he wants. And he showed you from day one he wants that work. He told you what he was going to do. He said, I'm going to get all 3 belts, then I'm going to get Terrence Crawford's. But you steady right there trying to push the narrative that he can't come see Terrence Crawford because he's scared. If we think about it and we break this all the way down, Tim, first off, Crawford would be suing Bob Arum if this was Spence's fault, for one. And for 2, I seem to remember you had a chance to fight Spence, but you didn't. You started hollering that across the street stuff. But now it's not no cross the street stuff. And in this video right here, I'm going to show how you sit there and you contradict yourself. And you say any and everything just to get your point across. It's called changing the narratives, Tim. And you're supposed to be better than that because you have the responsibility to teach people what's right and what's wrong, because you're in a position to teach people, not to lead them astray. And you lead them down the wrong path. You lead them down old media because you sitting here saying any and everything, not thinking about the consequences of what you're saying and the actions and the reactions and how it might affect the next man the same way it affected you and had you wanting to quit and daggone kill yourself and your family. You forgot about that, didn't you, Mr. Tim Bradley? Well, I'm here to remind you, Tim Bradley, because everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of upper echelon. And now we're on your ass now.
Earl Spence. Earl Spence. Everybody, nobody want to fight Earl Spence. So He's building more confidence, and nobody want to fight him.
Man. Would you like to fight him?
Man, Earl for what? Man, guys, this is. Come on, man.
Would you like to fight him?
Man, Earl for what? Boogeyman.
I don't see a lot of people calling out Errol Spence.
Bro, when is Errol Spence fighting again?
March 16th.
Yeah, but how long has it been? A long time.
I wasn't his last fight.
June
of this year?
at the start, yeah.
June of this year?
First round knockout, remember?
Yeah, but hey, where you at? I saw some of the. And
He's going to be retiring, man. What's your take on that, you know?
I mean, he had a great career, and you know, it's his time. He made a lot of great money, had a lot of great fights. You know, basically put his life on the line when he fought, because he fought any and everybody. So if he retires, man, I wish him good luck in anything else that he does in life. And you know, he had a great career.
Is that somebody you wish that maybe you would have got a chance to share the ring with?
I mean, I believe everything happened for a reason. I'm not gonna say I wish that I got a chance with. I mean, you know, if it happens or he decided to come back and I fight him, then you know, cool. But you know, I'm gonna wish him you know, a great retirement.
You see that Earl was humble and respectful, but he know, like I know, like you know, like everybody else know, you ducked that man. He was a hungry young lion, and you was a gazelle. You was in his sights, and you was right for the picking right there. It was been a great name to go on his resume, Tim Bradley, the Iron Man. And you knew it, he knew it, we all knew it. That's why you ducked. The WBA said, Tim, make the fight. Tim was like, oh no. You start hollering at different sides of the street. You try to say we don't do business with them. You said, forget it. I'm just gonna go ahead and retire. You was at the peak of your career. You still had fights left, but you seen the Grim Reaper, who is Earl Spence, coming for you. You talking about Boogeyman. You know he was the Boogeyman. That's why Keith Thurman was ducking him. Floyd told y'all can come get his belt if you fight this young lion. You didn't want it. Porter didn't want it. Keith Thurman didn't want it. And I thought you want to get a belt. That was the best thing. But not you, Tim Bradley. And we're not going to let you sit there and say nothing. And now you sit there and jump on Terrence Crawford because you feel like he has a chance to stop Earl. You're not really a Terrence Crawford fan. You just want to see Earl go down because he ended your career early and he put the punk down on you. That man punked you. That's what the word is. You a grown man scared of another man. You got punked, Tim Bradley. Punked.
And a lot of people think that Spence is gonna run through Mikey.
No,
but
it's a 50-50 fight.
Man, a lot of people don't think so.
It was a big step up for him.
A lot of people don't think so, man, because Spence is just big. All right, just put it that way. Mikey knows what he got to do, because I see the same thing that Mikey sees. Okay, I ain't gonna give it away, but I just want to see if Mikey can do that. All right, I ain't gonna give it away.
You said you seen something when he fought Lamont Peterson as well.
No, see, the thing is that Spence don't move his head. Spence's head is always there. It's always there to be hit. You know, Mikey's a really good counterpuncher. You know what I mean? Spence will throw, and then he's right there. He stays there. You know what I mean? He like that. He'll catch a couple, but he's right there to be hit right down the middle. I tell you, he's just, to me, one-dimensional, man. I look at him, I'm like, okay, here he comes. Hit the jab, straight left, step back, try to get distance. He'll leave that jab out there, you know what I mean, to keep his distance, to land a straight left, you know, straight left hand to the body, you know, the two body shots, the combination he throws, boom, 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 boom. I know his combinations, I know everything that Spence likes to do.
Well, I guess Mikey Garcia didn't have his glasses that day, because whatever he thought he seen, he couldn't find it when he was in the ring. And you sit there and say what Spence can and can't do, and you sitting there saying that he's one-dimensional, so why doesn't he lose? He ain't lost yet, but you got a loss. You got two. Actually, three to the same person, but we'll get to that later. But they gave you one of them decisions. You say he don't move. Well, he don't get hit. He's the least hit welterweight, and he has the highest punch-to-hit ratio. But you saying that he's basic and he's one-dimensional. I seen him box Mikey Garcia the whole fight. You a sports analyst. You supposed to see this, Tim. He controlled the distance. He controlled the range with his jab. Mikey could not get in there and touch Spence. He also did it to Danny Garcia. In and out boxing. The way he boxed Lamont Peterson, he was in and out, changing levels. He changed distance. He was pivoting. He even switched stances. He went orthodox for a minute. But you saying he's one-dimensional. And you saying it's right there and it's easy to hit. So why didn't you get in there and fight him? If he's so easy and you see so much, why don't you get your black ass in there and go see what the truth is all about? Because you know, and it's propaganda that you pushing. You trying to make the man seem less than what he really is, and that's some hating ass shit. Because if you really thought that way, why don't you go in there and try to fight him? You come back, why don't you come back and go try to get them 3 straps you got? Or let's talk about how you quit. You ran away. So anything you say against that man, you're saying it begrudgingly. Because that man ended your career and he was going to beat your ass. And you talking about like you somebody special. Tim, no, you're not. You was a carried fighter who was gifted a biggest win in your career. It was gifted to you. You didn't earn it. And that's what I'm saying. And then you think that makes you qualified to talk about this young lion like this, like you really put in the damn work. If you was really a champion like you said, a beast like you said, you would have took all challengers.
Say that you ducked him. Can you give us any clarification on that? On Spence.
Saying that you ducked him.
That you ducked him.
That you retired instead of facing.
Bro, listen. You said the WBC ordered the fight.
Oh yeah, were you saying something, Tim? Here you go.
Oh, the WBC. He said the WBC ordered the fight. Right, the WBC did order the fight, but check this out. I fought Manny Pacquiao instead of Earl Spence. 1, 2. This is the second thing now. I'm gonna give it to y'all right now. The second thing is that when the hell have we been doing business, or anybody from Top Rank been doing business without Haymon? You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, say whatever you want to say. Duck you and retire because I want to face you, bruh. You know the fuck. You know who I am? I almost start cussing. You know what? You know who I am?
You playing out that
Catch
song.
up, bro. No, I don't want to drop that. But you know who I am, bro. You know what I'm saying? 5 world championships, 2 division world champ, baby. All right, come on now.
Check the resume.
Bruh, check it. I fought Manny Pacquiao, the guy that you trying to fight.
For one, yes, you did duck Spence. We all know it. That's why you're getting all tight about it. And for 2, do we know who you is? Yes, you're Tim Knothead Bradley, the man that ducked Earl Spence. And then you talking about your resume. 5 world champions, and you said 2-time 2-weight division champion, and you tell him to catch up. Okay, he's a 3-belt holding unified champion right now, about to be undisputed. Yeah, something that you would have never done. You've never been a 3-belt holder at one time. Yeah, Tim. So what are you saying? And I guarantee when it's all said and done, his resume will look a lot better than yours. What big names do you have on yours? I told you your biggest win was a gift. That's why everybody was coming at you like that. That's why you felt so alone, because everybody knew you didn't beat Pacquiao. You lost 3 straight, but they gave you 1. Now, who are you again, Tim Bradley? You just a lonely ass man who sees a lion out there with a better record, a better resume, and he's going to be a lot better than what he is. That man's done made more money than you have in your entire career already. But you talking about catch up. No, this is the big fish, strap season, man down, and you see it. And that's why you're jealous, because you hate it. This man is on a damn plateau that he's done surpassed you. When he fought Kell Brook, he surpassed you. Matter of fact, no, I'll give you one better. When he unified with Shawn Porter, he surpassed you. And his record is better than yours already, Tim. So, catch up for what? What do you want him to catch up to, Tim Bradley? And one thing about Earl, he ain't ducking nothing. He ain't ducking nothing. He want all the smoke. But then you sit here and fake like you want the smoke, but you really don't. And that's the real fact about the situation.
You guys stay down in front here. Everybody stay down.
New world champion, Debunking Bradley.
Everybody stay down.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for allowing me to get through this fight.
Really, man? Really? What the hell is this, Tim? What the hell are we looking at? You mean to tell me on your biggest win, on the biggest stage, when it's time to make your press conference, they gotta wheel your ass out there to make your press conference? But you won the fight. Man, that nigga beat the brakes off you. You couldn't even damn walk. That's why everybody was so mad. That's why everybody was talking all that about you, Tim. You obviously got the brakes beat off of you, and Bob Arum got you to win. You didn't beat Pacquiao. You're not skilled enough. And Pacquiao is a great fighter, but if you're a great boxer, you can beat him time and time again. His biggest weakness is a boxer. And Tim, look like he beat the hell out of you. You ain't never seen Earl coming out in a wheelchair. Earl is that dominant beast. And that's what makes you so hateful of him. Because you know he will walk you down, walk through everything you threw at him and break you. He will break you. And that makes you feel like less of a man because you know what this man could do to you. And that's why you hate on him, because you know if he so chooses, he can break you like a twig and treat you like you're not even there. And it ain't nothing that you can do. You couldn't even keep him up off of you if you wanted to. That's the worst feeling for a man right there, is when he know he can't do nothing about the next man that's right there in his face and can treat him any kind of way. Yes, that's why you're mad at Spence, because he would own you, Tim Bradley, the same way Pacquiao owned you. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. But they gave you 1. So you really 0-3 versus Pacquiao, but they gave you 1. So it's 1-2 versus Pacquiao. But let's put a star by that 1, because we really know who really won that fight. That's why the fans was coming at you that way. Come on, man, you was getting rolled out in a damn wheelchair. Now, I ain't never seen a champion come out in a wheelchair. But let me hear your narrative on that. Let me see how you spin that.
The only real man over at PBC is Deontay Wilder. You want to know why? Because he's going to be fighting Tyson Fury in February. Now, you guys over there, all the other welterweights over there, this man is begging to fight you, and he's gonna continue to beg to fight you guys. Guys need to put your big boy pants on and need to come over and make this fight with Terrence Bud Crawford, because he's the best welterweight in the world.
Well, what about the fact that there's a lot of welterweights and a champion on that side of the fence? So that
man, I don't care about no side of the fence. For me, I don't care. Side of the fence, this is the world of boxing.
Okay, Tim Bradley. Now watch you contradict yourself right here, buddy.
To the street or the bruh, I don't listen. It's there because when I was coming up, that was the problem. I couldn't fight anybody from PBC. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do business with PBC. 1 and 2, the WBC did order it, but the fight wasn't gonna be made because we didn't ever do business with them. You know what I'm saying? The fight wasn't gonna be made. So why would I even go down that alley when I got Manny Pacquiao right in front of me? I want the Earl Spence fight, but they not answering that phone. They don't want to do business. So what is it?
So is he ducking them? What you say?
Who? Ducking them?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ducking them. Absolutely, he ducking them. Yeah, y'all take that. He ducking Terrence Crawford. He don't want to fight Terrence Crawford. I'm telling you that right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if he wanted to be considered the best pound for pound in the game, or 1 and 2, he'll fight Terrence Crawford. But the fact that he's not fighting Terrence Crawford, I'm coming back. I'm gonna fight. You know, coming back from a car accident, all of this stuff. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna fight some, a top guy out there. Please, man. Well, when it does happen, then I believe it. Until then, I don't believe anything that come out of his mouth or what he says. It or not, it don't matter. I don't care. I'm here to cover the whole sport, and I'm gonna tell it like from my position. I'm gonna tell it like it is. So you can say whatever you want to say. No, and then you see on what's his name on Twitter, Terrence say, no, he's not ducking me. No, he's not ducking me. You know what I'm saying? Terrence has to say that. You want to know why? Because he's a businessman. That's why he has to say that. You know what I'm saying? He can't talk trash about Spence. He can't say nothing about that. He a businessman. He don't know when this man gonna say, yo, let's fight. Let's fight, T. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he can't say that. But I can say it, and I said it.
Timothy, if you were a betting man, who would you favor between that matchup?
It's a great fight. It's a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. I'm a Terrence Crawford guy.
Now, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Now, you are reputed and a documented ducker. Now, you trying to put Earl in the same category you are. No, it ain't gonna happen. Earl don't duck nothing. He didn't even duck that Ferrari when he got in the accident and hit the concrete. Earl is 1-0 versus the Ferrari and concrete. Can you say that? And then you sit here talking about you don't believe nothing that man say. Everything that man has said has been the truth. That's why that's his name, The Truth. He said when he get back out the car accident, he was gonna fight a tough guy. He came back and he fought Danny Garcia. coming right off the car accident. Then after the eye surgery, he said he was gonna fight another top guy. Matter of fact, he unified 3 belts with your Danis Ugas. So you talking about you ain't gonna believe what he said? Then he came back out and said he wants Terrence Crawford next. Now you sitting here being a fanboy for Terrence Crawford like that man's paying you. Like you need a license and a helmet to ride that nigga's jock, bruh. Because you out here looking like a damn female right now, Tim Bradley. And first off, Earl wants that smoke. You should tell your boy Bud to sign the contract. Because EJ trying to get in all that action right there. And I'm talking about all that action. And you sit there talking about from your perspective is from tainted glasses and a biased view. Because if you think that Earl Spence don't want all that action, then you got to be kidding me. You got to be wrong, and you done hit your damn head somewhere. Because Big Fish strap season wants all the smoke. Why don't you go get you one of them commemorative shirts? It got all 4 champions up there, all 4 straps, because everything leads to undisputed. And yes, Bud ain't gonna say that because he know that Spence ain't ducking him. Matter of fact, he might be the one ducking because it's all the way in damn July and the fight still hasn't been signed yet.
Hey Spence, I'm holding you accountable to what you said. You said that as soon as you captured all 3 world championships, you was gonna fight Crawford. Now that I'm holding you to your word because that's what you said. So once you get this 3rd belt with Pacquiao, you win this belt, then I expect you to fight Crawford.
What's next?
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're gonna make that happen?
Huh?
You're gonna make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm gonna get these straps and I'm gonna go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Now, strap season, I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
Now, Tim Bradley, I'm gonna hold you accountable. Get Bud to sign the contract.
Bottom, you can see the top. So when you get to it, don't let them see the spot. Next thing you know, you're looking for a rent sign. Upper echelon. Bitch, we skip line.
10, the final hate. Al Haymon, Floyd Mayweather, Steven Espinosa. Unlike in the previous episodes, these people right here, Al Haymon, Floyd Mayweather, and Steve Espinosa, don't hate on Earl Spence, but they are the reason for his hate. The reason why he's objectified and villainized in this sport we call boxing. First of all, Al Haymon is one of the most hated men in the sports, which is crazy when he does so much good for the boxing. He puts on so many great fights for us as fans. He made it where the boxers are finally getting paid instead of slave wages. Golden Boy and Top Rank took Al Haymon out for a lawsuit because the Golden Boy fighters left Golden Boy and came over there to the PBC with Al Haymon where they're getting treated right. Al Haymon is a person for the people. He is a person for the fighters. He works for the fighters. He is a businessman, and he's going to make sure his fighters get paid. And he makes sure Earl gets capitalized dollars, maximized fight, and great exposure. You can't really find a fighter that has something bad to say about Al Haymon unless they're not with Al Haymon. It's like when you're with the GOAT, hey, you get the benefits of being with the GOAT. And Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy, they hate so bad. That's one of the reasons why Bernard Hopkins in the previous episode hates on Earl Spence, because he's with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. But Earl's gonna stay with Al Haymon. He said him and Al Haymon for life, just like Floyd Mayweather. Him and Al Haymon for life. He made Floyd make $1 billion, people, and I'm not talking about 6 zeros. I'm talking about 9 with some change. Yes, Al Haymon is probably the greatest sports mind out there when it comes to making money and putting fights together. And the fact that Earl, the true Spence, is with him, he garners the hate that they have for Al Haymon. They wish Al Haymon wasn't in this game so they can go back to paying fighters pennies on the dollar. But no, Spence is with Haymon and Spence is getting his money. And that is the main reason why they hate Spence. Because of Al Haymon. Al Haymon is going to do his job. And Al Haymon is going to do right by the fighters. That's why you don't see Al Haymon out in the public. Because he don't work for us. He works for the boxers. And he takes his job extremely seriously. And he's not out here like Eddie Hearns and all these other promoters trying to get the limelight. No. Al Haymon is back there trying to figure out how to make his boxers more dollars, more capitalization, more cheddar. And as long as Earl Spence is with Al Haymon, he's going to keep getting that hate that Al Haymon garners. And Earl don't care about it as long as his bank account keep rolling. He's going to laugh all the way to the bank with 2 middle fingers up to all the haters. And if you work with Al Haymon, then you work with Floyd Mayweather, arguably the face of boxing. Even though he's retired, he still garners a following. When Floyd walks in the room, all eyes is on the GOAT, the money team. Mr. Money Mayweather, Mr. Pretty Boy Floyd, Mr. TBE, yes, Floyd Mayweather. And with Earl's connections with Floyd, the way Floyd pushed Earl in the beginning, that garnered hate. They wanted to see Floyd lose. They wanted to see Floyd fail. They hate when you're the best. They hate when you're on top. And they see Earl's got the same trajectory that Floyd Money Mayweather had. And they don't want that to happen. They couldn't stand to see a young, prideful black man out there doing his thing. They don't want another Floyd Mayweather. So they're going to do any and everything that they can to stop Earl from reaching the pinnacle, the peak of boxing. They do not want to see that. And Floyd gave Earl a gentle shove. Matter of fact, he pushed him out the helicopter with the parachute. He even boxed Keith Thurman in to make Keith Thurman have to come and see the young lion, who is Earl, the true Spence. That's another reason why Keith Thurman is mad. Keith Thurman knew he had to go against the young lion. Floyd was called the GOAT for a reason. He seen the young lion. He tested that young lion. That young lion was in the doghouse giving Floyd everything he could handle. And Floyd seen that this kid is a problem right here. I better go ahead and put him on the tape. So Floyd put his ass on the tape. And he had him like a trained attack dog ready to sick him on anybody. Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia. Y'all want it with the GOAT? Then y'all got to go through the young lion. And the young lion is ready and willing to snap up on everything. Because he's been in the doghouse. He's been sparring with Floyd. He's been learning techniques with Floyd. They say sparring Floyd is like 10 years of learning and sparring right there. So Earl snatched that up and docked it into the mineral banks. And Floyd pushed Earl on a different level, a different spear, a different height. Because Floyd was there and he was teaching him the game. Not only was that, he was teaching him about the prowess of boxing. And Earl was already an Olympian, so he jotted that down and earned them styles. And see, people don't like Floyd Mayweather. So while he's sitting there promoting Earl, people start not to like Earl either because they feel like he's an extension of Floyd. So they hoping that he loses well because they feel like if Earl lose, then Floyd lose. They just can't stand to hate the young lion. It don't matter if you're Tank Davis or Adrian Broner. Earl Spence, if you around Floyd and Floyd endorses you, you're going to get the hate. Even the old haters with the losses on their records. Yes, the old boxers that used to box with the losses on their record. They remember the money that Floyd made. They remember the arrogance and the greatness of Floyd. And they remember that their pockets and paychecks didn't add up. Plus their record didn't add up because they had losses on it. And so like Javante and Earl both riding around with no losses on their record right there. So you know the hate is big because they represent Floyd Mayweather in part. And you know people wanted to see him fall. Now they want to see them fall. But if you waiting on Earl to lose, you better grab a motherfucking Snicker, some camping gear, and a time release watch. Because that man's on a trajectory and he has no plans of losing. And I don't think there's nobody out there that can stop Earl the true Spence. So I guess if Earl don't lose, who you gonna root for then? Frank the Ghost Martin? Yes, he's up under Earl's tutelage as well. And yes, the Big Fish got the Big Fish gang. And Frank Martin ain't looking like he losing either. So y'all can keep on hating and grabbing of straws and everything, but it's not going to happen. And if you hate, guess what? You're paying attention. You got to pay attention to hate. And so whether you're hating or you're congratulating, you're still paying attention. And then the fact that he's good with Steven Espinosa and he got the financial genius Al Haymon, that's a three-headed monster right there. See, Earl can sit there and pick his fights and Espinosa will approve it and he got the financial... Look, let's make it plain and simple. This man is a gladiator from the old school days. He came in, he saw, he conquered. He did everything he said he was going to do. He said he was going to collect all the belts and he collected them all from champions. This man was in a car accident where he was thrown out a window of a Ferrari. Yes, a Ferrari. Broke his jaw. His body stayed intact. He's a different breed. Then this man had to get an eye surgery. He comes back from that, and he's still fighting. No tune-up fights. Going straight for the next champion. So how could you be mad and hate on somebody that conquered so much? They told him he wasn't going to ever box again. This man's in a wheelchair in front of the punching bag throwing punches. Pop, 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 pop. He taking no for an answer. He's telling life, you're not going to defeat me. I'm going to defeat you, life, because I'm Earl. This man was going to fight Pacquiao with a retinal injury, but was denied by doctors, so he had to sit back. Then come back from a retinal injury and still come back at the peak of the game and is performing better than he did before he was in the game. How can you hate on that? If you hating on that right there, then you just not a man, dog. That's that beta energy. That's too many men out here been raised by females, so they don't know how to be a man. So they don't know how to get that alpha energy. So they're out here like females whining and hating. It takes too much energy for a man to hate on another man. You see Spence's greatness. Why don't you congratulate it, or why don't you look at that and say, hey, you can do that as well, instead of hating on that man? That man has come from the bottom. He has put in his toils. That man has paid his dues. So don't hate this man. Congratulate and uplift this man and salute to what he's going through and what he's trying to accomplish and all the great fights that he's given us. That's what you need to do instead of hating on this man. Because even if you hating, all you're doing is wasting your energy, because what you say or do does not bother that man. Because whether you like him or not, he's still going to make his money, make his fights, and do whatever the hell he want to do. So all you're doing is wasting energy, and you need to jump on the daggone bandwagon because you're getting to watch greatness. He's a once-in-a-lifetime fighter, and you're going to sit here and miss out on it because you rather hate on the man. And that's what happened with Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people sat there and hate on Floyd, and they missed out on incredible boxing. So don't miss out on incredible boxing. Don't hate on Earl the True Spence. Acknowledge him for his greatness and watch what he brings to the table, and you will become a fan of Earl the True Spence too. I'm out of here.